Hello everyone, welcome back to another Technique Tuesday, the drill series. Today we're going to be focusing on freestyle 363 drill. So the 363 drill, it's a variation of six kick switch, so it's focusing on that leg kick, body position, and then transitioning into full stroke. So it's got everything there, where during the kicking phase of the drill, you're obviously working on that leg kick and the leg action, making sure it's effective, constant, consistent, and that you're maintaining a good body position, nice and high on the water, with the head, hips, and heels as high as you can. Nothing's sagging, sinking, or dropping. And then we're transitioning that into a full stroke. So during this drill, you want to try and keep the lead arm active and stable. So this outstretched lead arm there while you perform your six kicks, and then 1, 2, 3 full strokes, and this lead arm here on the other side while you perform your six kicks. What you don't want to do is whilst you're outstretched and doing the six kicks, this arm starts to drop. So you're making sure you're keeping it active and stable at the top of the water, right at the very water surface. So you can imagine that arm's resting on a floating shelf, and you keep it there while you do your six kicks until you're ready to do the next 3 strokes and swap over again for another 6 kicks in that position. The other thing to watch out for in this image on the bottom, making sure that we're not crossing over. So when we do our 3 strokes, we're not crossing over. When we do our 6 kicks, we're not in this position, we're here at shoulder width. And then, as always, with every drill and every type of swing, we're focusing on having that early vertical forearm, making sure we get that catch and pull when we do our 3 full strokes. So it's a rhythm-based drill. The first 3 is the 3 full freestyle strokes. So we're here, 1, 2, 3, and then the 6, we pause on this side and we take 6 leg kicks, and then we go again the next 3, 1, 2, 3 full strokes, 6 kicks, 1, 2, 3 full strokes, 6 kicks, and repeat and repeat and repeat. So why do we do this drill? It's helping us to practice our rotation, keeping that balance, teach you to be comfortable and stable on your side, which is the most hydrodynamic position in freestyle, when you're lengthened out there and cutting through the water in this phase here. It makes you engage your core, so you're using your core to snap from one side to the other, which again is going to help with that rotation and body position in the water. It's helping with that lung capacity and patience, because you're pausing to kick, you have to relax your breathing, and it prevents you just rushing your arms. So you can't just spin and spin and spin and spin, because you've only got that cycle of 3 arms to focus on. Perfect arm action and pause and then kick. So it's helping to bring that patience, helping you to feel that glide. It helps to eliminate snaking or fishtailing. So it makes sure that the leg kick is helping to drive the body forward towards the end of the pool, rather than the legs kicking and splaying out wide and our hips going side to side and our legs kicking out all over the place. So it helps you to focus on that leg action there, where you can keep a nice tight leg kick. And again, lots of people will talk about a 2-beat kick, a 4-beat kick, a 6-beat kick. When you're just getting started and we're working on drills like this, just a constant, consistent leg kick where every kick action looks the same as the last one. So we're trying to build that consistency. We're trying to build that leg kick that doesn't have any pauses in the stroke. It's always there. It's always helping out in the background. And it's the foundation of the stroke, the leg kick, and the body position. So how do we perform it? We're going to start on our side. So one arm extended, and our other arm is down at our hip here, and we're looking down at the bottom of the pool. We're going to do 6 kicks in this position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kicks. Breathe to the side as normal if you need to take a breath. And then we're going to switch into 3 full strokes, 2, 3, and then 6 kicks on the opposite side. Again, lead arm outstretched, active, feeling that pressure on the water, on that floating shelf. We're not letting it drop, we're keeping it there. And the other arm's at our hip, ready to come over when we go on to our next set of 3 full strokes. We want to just keep repeating that 3 full strokes, 6 kicks, 3 full strokes, 6 kicks, 3 full strokes, 6 kicks. So where we're going to use this in our session, it's a great way to wake up the core and hips before a main set, so including it in the warm-up, just to help get a feel for that rotation before you go into your main swimming. You've already primed the rotation, you've already primed the leg kick, you've already woken up the core in that warm-up phase before you just try and do it in the main set without having practiced it before. In the preset, so using it after a single arm drill, as an example, to help integrate the movement back into the full stroke. So rather than going, say, from single arm drill into swim, going from single arm drill into 363, and then into full stroke. So you're starting to build it up, build the stroke back up in a more progressive way, where it's easier to stay connected and take the points from the drills into the full swim. Whereas sometimes, if a drill is very disconnected from the actual full stroke, which single arm is because you use both arms when you swim freestyle, you almost want something in the middle, and this 363 drill is a great something in the middle to bridge that gap between a really disconnected drill that's useful and then starting to connect it more with, for example, this 363 drill, where it's more like the full stroke but not quite, and then into the full stroke after that. Or on any recovery sets, so say for example you're doing 3 rounds of 400 free hard threshold pace and then a 100 easy, a 100 recovery, so 1500 in total, 400 hard, 100 easy recovery. On your 100 easy recovery, you might do it as this drill just to help to reset that form, reset that body position, reset that technique, make sure that you're staying switched on and engaged, even though the 400 threshold pace is a hard, tiring swim. And it's easy then to lose focus, to lose the technique on the active recovery in between each 400 in those rounds, using a drill like this just to help reset that feel for the water whilst you're recovering, rather than just aimlessly swimming up and down slowly. You can do it as a drill just to make it a bit more focused, a bit more relevant. Thank you as always. Any issues, drop me a message. Any questions, drop me a message. See you all next week.